It's been an absolutely charmed journey. I came here as a very young woman, and I saw so much opportunity in the pace at which China was developing, and I wanted to be part of it. My life in China has been amazingly fulfilling and so interesting, and I've met so many interesting, wonderful people and made so many good friends and brought up a family. I couldn't have hoped for a better life. My name is Roberta Lipson. I was born in New York City, but proudly a resident of Beijing since 1979. I'm the founder of United Family Healthcare. I have been in the healthcare business in China for these 47 years. I always had somewhat of a fascination with China since I was a little child, and China was always the subject of stories of a mysterious other land, and so I always had this interest. Also, my family often went to eat Chinese food on the weekend, and when I got to college, by chance, or perhaps because of this original interest, I chose to take a course in Chinese history. When I first started studying Chinese, my parents couldn't understand it. They said, what is that going to mean for your future? What's the use of it? But my parents still said, okay, if this is really what you want to do, we'll support you, but we don't know how it's going to play into your future or whether there would be any future opportunities. It was the first object that I bought after coming to China. I bought it in an antique store in the Summer Palace, and I thought it was so beautiful because it's embroidery, and I think it really is representative of the wonderful handicrafts of China and also expresses all of the good things that Chinese people wish for in their family. So that was the 1970s, and it was the start of the time that US President Nixon and Henry Kissinger began exploring restoring relations with China. And I could see that this was a country with amazing potential. So medicine was always something I was interested in. So I spent 2 years at a big American pharmaceutical company and learned a lot about management and corporate life. And then when I finally got a job to come to China, I wanted to put some of that knowledge to work. So I saw an opportunity to begin importing medical equipment, which we founded our company and did for the next 10 years. But after a while, we realized that what perhaps was missing was more than just the hardware. So I started getting the idea that maybe we should consider actually opening a healthcare facility, opening a hospital. In 1992, when we first had the idea, the biggest obstacle was to get people to stop laughing at us. And it took a while, but eventually we found some people who understood what we wanted to do. In summary, to understand the depth of the challenge, before we opened our first hospital, we needed to have over 180 official CHOPs. That means approvals from different departments in the government. So the doctors that joined us earliest were people who had had experience in other countries, and so they were able to see what our vision was. The other people that were very hard to convince were the American doctors that we tried to bring. We would say to them, leave your successful career in the US, go to a different country on the other side of the earth and experiment with us in this new idea to build private healthcare in China. But now it's so much easier to attract the best talent in China. So I'm so happy that we have a continuous inflow of the top talent in healthcare in China.
I was just want to come here a couple of years, and later I stay here. There's too many good things inspired me to stay in the BJU for a longer time. Her leadership is great, marvelous. Everyone want to work with her. Because what? Because she's care about you, care about the person, number one. Number two, she pay attention to help you to develop a business, to get your profession.
We would like to use our resources to help people that didn't have access to health care. We decided to spend part of our revenues for free care to people that were having a hard time finding solutions for their health care elsewhere. And this was so fulfilling for our leadership team, but also for our doctors that felt they were helping a wider range of society. So today we're working with a group of children that have a rare type of muscular dystrophy, and the proper rehabilitation makes so much of a difference for them. So my parents were real role models in this kind of thinking, and I watched my mom spend a good deal of her life contributing to the community and building community facilities and working in a foundation. The DNA of both of them run in my veins, both very generous people, and I've learned that building a life around family and contribution and dedication to causes is a way to live a healthy and happy life.
Roberta is a true inspiration. She is incredibly resilient and strong-willed. She never gives up no matter how tough things get. What really stands out to me is how she balances her successful career and with a beautiful family.
Gradually, it became clear that what I'm doing here I feel was useful, I felt was important, I felt I was making a contribution, and when I compared it to the opportunities I had to make a contribution in the United States, I'm sure I could have done interesting things, but I feel like what I had the opportunity to do here was too important. And we enjoyed our life. And when I met my husband, we got married, started having children, and it was our home. And then there was no question about going someplace else. They grew up in China. From the time they were babies, they spoke both English and Chinese and went to a good deal of their schooling here, almost until university days. They also consider China to be their home. Over these years, we've had cousins living in China. We had my nieces and nephews coming and going, and now I'm very, very happy that we have one of my nephews, my sister's son, and his wife, and 2 little children staying with us this year. And they're exploring to see maybe China is a place for them to have opportunity and develop. So we've been working on getting opportunities in companies in China for those visitors to stay longer with an internship. So Jenny, who just completed her MBA, or is about to complete her MBA at Tsinghua, has been an intern here for the last 7 or 8 months, and we're hoping that she will decide to stay in China for the next part of her career as well.
Roberta does everything to her ability to open doors for people who are interested in studying here. She'll talk to anyone. She'll ask someone like myself who's studying here to see if she can speak to someone, just so we can just keep conversation lines open about what it's like to come here as a young person. And I think I myself try to do that as well, where I know there's a lot of scholarship opportunities out there for students. And so I tell a lot of my friends or my sister's friends from back home, hey, think about applying to a place like Tsinghua for a short-time scholar opportunity, because there's a chance to do that at a very low cost and to see a whole different part of the world.
I participated twice now in the Kuliang Forum, the youth exchange, where there were hundreds of young people that came to China for 2 weeks. Many of them expressed their surprise, like, oh, wow, China is so interesting, and I want to learn more, and I want to learn Chinese. And so I believe that this is super important. Why is it important? Because the future of peace on earth depends on us having a deep understanding of each other and not being suspicious of each other. I think that it's so important and we need to do everything we can to encourage that.